Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be Gabriel's 6 to 7 month update, and he just turned 7 months a few days ago, so I figured I would combine the months together so we would update you guys on what's going on lately. My daughter is here, so she's probably going to be very loud the whole time. So, and he might be too, we don't know. But he's staring over where she is. I might have to put him over there in a little bit because he likes to be with his sister. And he's pulling my hair. Ah! Okay, so let's just jump right into the video. Gabriel is now 7 months old, and he can sit up completely by himself, unassisted, and he doesn't need any type of help or anything. Like, I used to have to put like pillows around him just to ensure that if he toppled over, he would fall on like a pillow. He does sit down on the carpet. I don't sit him down like on the tile by himself because I just wouldn't do that just yet, because just in case he did fall over, I wouldn't want him to like hurt himself on the tile. But he does sit on the carpet all by himself, unassisted, and he's very distracted right now. But yeah, so he does that, so that's really good. I don't think my daughter sat up completely unassisted by herself at this age. He does have 2 bottom teeth, the front 2 that already popped through at about 6 months, and his gums are white at the top and over on the bottom, so I can tell that more are going to be popping through soon. But for now, he does have like the first 2 that came in, but I know more are coming. He is teething really bad, so I do have to give him Tylenol and Motrin sometimes. Mostly I try to do it just before bed to just ensure that he sleeps better. But during the day, if he's crabby, sometimes I will give him Tylenol. It's not an everyday thing, but just, you know, if you're a mom, you can tell whenever your baby is hurting. We've recently just started sleep training. So he's been sleeping in his room, in his crib now, for naps. He is taking about 3 to 4 naps a day. They're not very long naps, which is probably why he naps more frequently. So he is taking 3 or 4 naps, probably anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, hour and a half. And he does sleep through the night for the majority of the time. He does get up once, probably around like in between midnight and 2 a.m. to have a bottle, and then he'll go back to bed just fine. Some nights he's worse than others. Like last night he woke up twice, but most nights he does just wake up the 1 time. So sleep training has been going very well. I have officially stopped breastfeeding 100%. If you guys watched my last video, I was still breastfeeding along with giving him formula because he just wasn't getting enough milk. And we had started feeding him solids at 4 months because the doctor recommended that we do so, because my milk supply was decreasing. He wasn't getting the food he needed, and he had refused to have a bottle at that time. So we basically didn't have any other means to feed him, and the doctor had said, like, try to feed him the solids. If he takes it, great. If not, we had been feeding him formula through a little syringe, and she said just to keep doing that if he wouldn't take the solids. But he took to it very well. He never tried to like spit anything out with his tongue or anything like that. So he's been on solids since 4 months, and he completely takes a bottle now, which is great. He also holds the bottle by himself, which is crazy to me, just to hand him the bottle and he's fine. And it's just the cutest thing. So he does take bottles now. He's not picky anymore. And he's still doing really great with the solids. But yeah, I did stop completely breastfeeding. I did experience some clogged ducts at the time that I stopped, and a few weeks thereafter. So I would have to like get in the shower, make it nice and hot, and sort of like massage my breasts to express whatever milk was left in there. But I didn't have a super hard time, considering that my milk supply was already like decreasing over time. So it wasn't too bad just to stop. And I didn't stop cold turkey either. I kind of, you know, I kind of just stopped like over time, and it just got less and less and less, and then I just completely stopped. So far everything's been great since I did stop breastfeeding. Last time we went to the doctor was his 6-month checkup. He was 30 inches long, and I believe he was anywhere, can't remember his exact weight, but I believe it was between 16 and 18 pounds. So he's getting to be a big boy. He's very long. He fits in 9 to 12 month clothing because he is so long. So he's growing very fast. The doctor said that he was in the 100th percentile for his height. And yeah, so we are going to be a very big boy, but I'm sure his weight is heavier now that he's drinking more formula. Gabriel hasn't started crawling yet, but I can tell that he's going to be very soon. He butt scoots on the ground, which is the funniest thing because I'll set him down like with a bunch of toys, and then he'll like butt scoot over to where we have like our cable set up and try to like press all the buttons and stuff, which is always fun. So he scoots around and he'll get on all fours and sort of rock back and forth like he wants to crawl, but he hasn't mastered the movement yet, but we keep practicing. I know any day now he's going to get it down. Our daughter didn't start crawling until 10 months and he's only 7. So if he does start crawling soon, it'll definitely be sooner than when our daughter started. We've started to get into somewhat of a routine. It's not like down pat yet because he still naps pretty frequently, but he generally naps around the same times per day and goes to bed around the same time at night. Emmeline, our daughter, goes to bed anywhere between 7:30 and 8, and he's sort of started to get on that pattern too. She only naps once per day, and they nap at the same time during that one time per day, so it's sort of nice that I can like get a little cleaning done or editing or whatever I need to do. I can get that done while they're both napping at the same time. But the kids generally wake up around 6:37 in the morning, and he'll go back down around about 8:39, and then they'll both take a nap together. Well, not in the same bed, but at the same time around 11:30, 12, which is really nice. And they sleep for pretty much about the same time, about an hour and a half, and that's really nice for me. Get a little break time in there. So, but yeah, we've started to develop the routine, but it'll just get better and better once he's down to, you know, the 2 naps, and then he'll start sleeping through the night, hopefully very soon. He's definitely started to become a daddy's boy, which is funny because for the longest time he seemed to have wanted me over everybody, but I feel like that had something to do with me breastfeeding and not so much that he liked me over everybody. But yeah, so my husband does work full-time, so whenever he does get home, Gabriel is so happy to see him. And if my husband even dares walk in the other room without Gabriel, Gabriel will whine and want him badly. And in the walker, when he walks around in his little walker, he'll follow Josue around in his walker. And when Josue will start to approach him, he'll put his arms up like he's like, "Daddy, hold me." It's so cute. So he's definitely started to become a daddy's boy, and I think it is the cutest thing in the world how happy he gets to see him. He absolutely loves bath time, and I think he also loves it a lot more because him and Emmeline take baths together, so he has like a little play buddy in there. And they play with their toys and stuff together, and he just seems to really enjoy it, and he'll splash a ton, and it's so cute. Emmeline, she's always loved bath time too. I know some kids really don't and kind of dread going to the bath, but my 2 kids really love it, and he would be in there all day probably if I would let him, but he loves taking his bath and playing with his toys and definitely splashing. And I think that's everything that I have to update you guys on as far as Gabriel's 6 to 7 month update is concerned. He's getting so big, and he's clearly very active and he's always moving. We're always moving, always moving. Let's say hi. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, hi, hi. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And you can join our little family here on YouTube and subscribe if you like this video. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Say bye. Bye bye. Bye guys.